14 turn, 2.7 miles. It's really options here looking out of the front straight. Cuts per second, you can get half the car, the middle of the car, basically from the driver's head kind of over uh, a line, basically the edge of the curve. Um, More than half the car over that, you get off track. If you get slightly less to the left here, you're fine. On a turn coming up like this on the exit of this turn, your left ear goes over the far red and white edge of the curve, or too far on the outside. It usually counts like right here. If our left ear goes over, that's fine. If our nose goes red and white, that's too far. So here we go for a qualifying lap. I point out the switch first. A lot of 180-degree turns on this track. Way too wide. Miss the apex by a lot here. .90-degree-ish turn here. Again, easy to get off track there if you push it a little too far. Another 180-degree kind of flat, maybe leaning away from you off camber there a bit, it feels like. Hard braking into the chicane. We'll use curves kind of as much as possible. 90-degree turn here. This one to the right, you gotta kind of lift a little bit on the way in because you can easily get off track right there on the way out. I was skirting the edge of getting off track penalty there. Again, right here, easy to get one. Right on slightly more left, I would have got one. Brake hard right above the curve. 90-degree turn here. This turn coming up is a pretty tight 180-degree turn. Pretty slow. Where you get back on throttle and how smoothly you get back on throttle really counts. You can easily spare the tires coming out of there. Another 180-degree flat turn. Kind of a feature of this track. And that finishes the lap there. So, slightly Ricardo at 8, so we were 8 through straight drivers group here. But we qualified third. And that was the qualifying lap that we put in there. We used a little bit of practice. But anyway, here we go for the start of the race.
The track temp is 119. The air temp is 78 Fahrenheit.
Clean start for everybody so far. Nope. The car slid up pretty far out. Got a little bit of a run on second place. And they went 3 right behind us. Didn't work out. Let's watch this thing go slow mo. Looks like the black car sort of lost in the rain. Come up to the car to behind him. This track is really flat. There's
Are you okay, Jim?
zero banking in the turns, and there's a lot of long 180-degree turns.
Sorry for that. Yeah,
Right there, about covered the track. I was collecting a number of off tracks to miss the apex big time there, or late apexed it. The car behind me there, he sent me a note afterwards with some comments, mostly about my driving line. So, see what he's talking about. Red wide there. So I noticed this probably at this moment. Jason Green here in green. Look at his line coming out of his turn. He's way on the inside coming in there. Like he got on the throttle earlier and harder, so we're pushing out really wide here. He got on the throttle later and more gently to come out way on the inside to set himself up for the next turn. So it's interesting if we look at it. We can Chase was video to see it. Let's look at the distance here. So we go in here. And we're kind of closing in on them here. So he took a very different line, but I'm not convinced it really was any faster. But it might save more tires. It might save more front tires. Had they been scrubbing off my front tires, or maybe the way he took it, maybe maybe he can be more consistent with that. He's definitely about a second faster in qualifying. He's a 9/10 of a second faster. So let's really look in here and see if we see anything different here. Kind of like he downshifted much earlier going into that turn. Maybe didn't brake, he just downshifted. I was excited that turn much more than this is usually a good view. This is the car behind me. It's usually really easy to see the differences in angle and car position and sort of thing. You can see we're definitely drifting up much wider than these other two cars. Much wider through here. See, car right around with here, Brian. He's definitely closer to the apex through that whole section there. It's definitely off track for us right there at that moment. Well, really wide. Completely missed the apex there. What happened was the rear end. I didn't get the car slowed enough, and then trying to turn in, lost the rear end. So we just had to take a wider arc through there, which is slower. Wider arc is probably the wrong description. And later, tighter arc. Yeah, you can see Brian that we're right along here with. He's definitely running a bit tighter lines here for sure. Look how far out wide we are. Really far wide. But interestingly, he hasn't really been able to close up. Now he will close up, I think. Brian missed a number of apexes. So it seems like we just have a little bit different focus. I seem to be sort of carrying more speed, and he seems to be on a much tighter, shorter racing line. So if we were running faster cars, more powerful cars, his line would definitely be a lot faster. But with these low power cars, being able to carry more speed through the turn has its advantage too. Yeah, I definitely missed the apex. Okay, he made up the middle ground, which is kind of fascinating. He's on the right racing line, tight line. Oh, we're gonna apex that. He's making up a little bit of ground through here. It looks like so he missed up the exit a bit there. Missed the apex again. And you had to get car turned quickly. He's making up ground again down this section here. But he can't use it. He'll want to go side by side through here. Car lost the rear end going into kind of just went through here. It's turning 12. Um, I'm kind of fascinated here. This car right along here behind this right. He's got the benefit of a little bit of drop here. He doesn't often seem to be closing in, even with a better line, tighter line. guess it looked like you're holding him up. Look at you here. Didn't get as much of a run as did the previous couple laps. Next lap turned pretty good. That was it. I felt like that was a pretty good turn for us then. It's funny. Oh, this is the accident. So there, and then so we got to go. Wow, that was probably another off track. So switch camera views, just running. That might have been another off track there. It's definitely picking up a lot of 1X's for these off tracks. Much tighter line through there. That was a lot better. Oh, I really lost it. Right. I don't know if my left mic was working, but I apologize more than time. So, he's definitely not his fault. Let's watch this speed. So there's a couple mistakes. One, once I started losing it, I could have held on the brake. I think my car would have spun the same way in the same spot. Like that's the right thing to do. It just makes the car slide more predictably, uh, which is helpful to the car behind. And I think basically forces all the tires to lock instead of just two of them being losing grip. And so the other thing from my, I was doing wrong here, is I lost it. When, so we're coming through here. I've overcooked it coming in. It's not turning, not turning, not turning. I'm turning it in. Now it starts to turn, and I downshift at the same time, which causes micro locking in the rear, which was the final straw when it had kicked it all the way around. If I didn't downshift right there, um, probably could have saved it, but the downshifting was on the finish. So you're saying, why did you downshift them? Part of it is habit, and part of it is the sound of the engine. Get kind of um, the part is the sound of the engine. You get used to downshifting at a certain kind of sound and RPM range. I just screwed up. I knew it the second I did it that it was wrong and it would be a problem, but it was too. At least I compounded two mistakes. So Brian got restarted, and I think he was running like sixth, and we're now like fourth. Had been in second, so these two cars got biased during spin and collision. So now we're just trying to collect ourselves and get back on it. These two cars in front of us here, I think it just switched positions. This blue and the green car, I think it just went by the other one. So I don't think we got any damage from the slide and impact. It looks like the 3 car in front of us has a little damage in the front. Oh, I think that was from the first lap. When they through that into and then 5. Oh, there it was. There's a pass happened in front of me. That was it. Okay. So now we're behind the 5 car. Now a little bit of damage on the door. Can't get on them. Oh, some scratches in the side. Braking a little too late there. When it enters that turn, causes us to miss the apex a bit, which then causes us to run wide. I didn't have my braking and my turning separated, which caused the fronts to lock as I asked them to turn and brake, which caused them to slide, which then caused all the other problems. So you gotta separate the braking and turning a little bit more, brake a little bit sooner. That's nice. You want to do. So at this point, I remember consciously thinking, okay, hit your marks, hit your apexes. Just really focusing on my line. I felt like Eric clipped it inside here, got off track for that too. Going on the inside curve too much. So the thing with off tracks is the 1X's for getting an off track penalty. It affects your safety rating. It makes your safety rating go down, which affects how quickly you can get your next level license, which I am not working on and don't really care about. Or something I already have. So that kind of doesn't matter too much to me. That being said, I'm really happy if I finish a race with 0x. Doesn't happen often. Usually between 3 and 6x on those races. This, however, wasn't one of those races. I finished with 14 minutes. The highest in the race. At 17X's, you get kicked out of the race. So here we're definitely close enough to get the draft. This is not really a good. I'm not close enough to challenge, and that wasn't really a place you want to try to pull off a pass. Screwing in brake lines a lot during every lap. I kept tweaking it, moving it forward and back. The idea being, if you're braking hard in a straight line, you want more forward brake bias, and if you're have a long turn that you need help turn the car, you want more rear brake bias. So like this turn coming up, you want more rear brake bias coming through here to help you rotate the car. So, but I talked over that pass there, and I'm not quite sure what was going on. Now, I was slowly catching rough out here. It just seems to pull over and let us by. I wasn't quite sure. He moved over and tapped the brake. He gets right back on it. So it's not like he was having a technical issue. You know, this Apex, it's definitely racing. Staying on the racing line. So when I've done something like this before, it's either I think the car behind me is a lot faster than me, is going to get by, and maybe get by dangerously, and so I'd rather let them by and have them in front of me. And or I think they're a bit dangerous and are going to likely take themselves out. So I'd rather see that happen than get collected in it. Time. If they're right in front of you, you can wait. If they're behind you and they lose control, they could just slide it right into you. Or you just want to race. Like you think you're faster than them, you'll let them by, and then you get to race them. And I think that might have been the case here because he was immediately kind of pushing it, challenging, and sticking the nose. Also, we are on lap 11, 12. Wow, this Apex big time right there. Basically, like I need to back up my braking point a bit, be consistently hitting the braking marks. So he's close. This is probably a 3 or 4 tenths of a second gap here between us. He's got the draft. I'm keeping a little bit less than a car length to my left. So if he's going to drive the inside, he's got to be aggressive with it. There's leaving enough space for him on the inside, but, you know, not excessively so. Switch camera in this here. This is one of the trickier turns. It's long, flat, right-hander. It's just good stuff. That's where I think my brake bias adjustments are really helping me. The tricky thing with those is you gotta do it right. You gotta move it at least twice a lap to get it to the side you need for that turn, and then you get it back to the center using one for the rest of the lap. Sometimes I was changing around 4 times a lap. At some point I lost track. Then I had to look at the display to see what the percentage was. It's not what I expected. It's quite fast. But there we go, that's the finish line. Finish lines later? No, that was the finish line. So results. So we started third. We ended third. 8th ranked car. Unfortunately, Brian had a contact with. Fortunately, he finished 9th. About that. Apologies for your time. Right over here, let me exchange it. This morning. Well, 5 lap times, incredibly consistent. 600ths of a difference there. 2 and 2. Race lap times. Quickly got it down to 201. And then we settled into like 202s a bit. 209 we had the contact. And then 202s. So, yeah, pretty consistent. And 2 8s. Cool. Thanks for watching.